Welcome to the Exam Ignite. Today I am continuing the Biology for Engineers module wise series. In that I am starting with the module 3, part 2, Human Organ and Biodesign. So in this video we will be covering the lung as a purification system, architecture and the gas exchange mechanism, spirometry and about ventilators and all, and we learn about the kidney as a filtration system. Architecture of a lung as a purification system. So lung acts as a biological purification system, filtering the gases and ensuring the oxygen is absorbed while the carbon dioxide is expelled from the body. What is the architecture? We are having a nasal cavity and trachea through which the air enters to the nose and gets filtered in the cilia and mucus, and it passes to the trachea and which divides into the bronchi. See here, this is the trachea and it divides into the two bronchi. Then bronchial tree. So the bronchi, again, it further divides into the branches. That is inside the lungs, lined with the mucus and the cilia to trap the dust microbes. Alveoli, it is a main purification unit where the tiny sacs are around 300 million. This is surrounded by the capillaries for the gas exchange. Oxygen diffuses into the blood and CO2 diffuses out. Capillary network, here it absorbs the oxygen into the RBC via hemoglobin and it removes the carbon dioxide from the blood to be exhaled. Next is working as a purification system. Firstly, mechanical filtration, that is nose, hair and the mucus trap the large particles. Chemical filtration is oxygen absorbed and carbon dioxide removed. Microbial barriers are immune cells like macrophages. They destroy the pathogens in the alveoli. This is the structure of the lungs. You have to write this. Important points. Surface of alveoli is approximately 70 meters square in surface area. Adding the efficient gas exchange, smoking and pollutants, they damage that. Lung maintain acid-base balance via CO2 regulation. That is linked with to blood pH. Next question is explain the gas exchange mechanism in the lungs. So here air passes through where first it enters nose or mouth, pharynx, larynx and trachea. Then trachea gets divided into left bronchia and the right bronchi. Bronchi again to the bronchioles and end in the alveoli. You have to expand this and explain. So you can observe here, air moves in and out of the alveoli. Here this is an alveoli, air moves in and out. Actually, this is oxygen diffused in the blood and this is the carbon dioxide diffused in the blood to be exhaled. Here, the blood low in oxygen and high in carbon dioxide will enter and it gets and it has RBC cells. See here, the gases dissolve in the moist mucus lining and your oxygen is transported around the blood by the RBCs. So finally what happens? This is a blood low in CO2, high in oxygen will come out. So this is our alveolus wall and this is our capillary wall. Clear? You have to write this diagram and you have to explain it. Exchange, how it takes place in the alveoli, how the oxygen diffusion takes place, how the carbon dioxide diffusion takes place. Next question is explain the function of the spirometer in accessing the performance of the lungs. So spirometer, it is a medical device that is used to measure the lung capacity and the airflow. So here we are having very different measuring units, that is tidal volume. Firstly, tidal volume. You can see this is a tidal volume. What do you mean by tidal? It's a normal air inhaled or exhaled. The graph will be going the same. Inspirator reserve volume, IRV. It is an extra air inhaled during the normal breath. This one. Similarly, expirator reserve volume. This is extra air expelled after the normal breathing. Next comes the vital capacity. Here, maximum air is exhaled after full inhalation. Okay, this is the maximum air inhaled after the full exhalation. Next comes forced expiratory volume. Here, air exhaled in 1 second. Key is diagnosed in asthma or the COPD. Another one thing is we are having residual volume. That is a leftover thing after we exhale everything. Clear? Next, working of the spirometer. Here, patients breathe into a sensor or tube that is connected to a device. So spirometer records the airflow, volume and flow rate. So results are compared to normal values to detect any lung disorder. Give me some common examples for the abnormal lung physiology and explain the working of the ventilators. So abnormal lung physiology, first thing is condition where lungs fail to work. Okay, asthma. Here airways become inflamed or narrowed, leads to the difficulty in the breathing or wheezing. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD). It includes the chronic bronchitis and the emphysema. It causes the airflow blockage and the poor oxygen exchange. Next, pneumonia. Here, infection causes the fluid accumulation in the alveoli. It reduces the oxygen intake. Pulmonary fibrosis. Here, the lung tissue becomes stiff and scattered. Restricts lung expansion and oxygen absorption. Respiratory failure. Here, the lungs cannot provide enough oxygen or remove the carbon dioxide, maybe due to trauma, stroke, or infection. Working of ventilator is a medical device that assists or replace the spontaneous breathing. See, this is a ventilator. Okay, patient is monitor is provided here. The patient, so to the patient, what is given is gas mixture of CO2, O2 and air, flow pressure or pressure generator. It goes to the breathing system, from there to the humidifier, and it goes to the patient, and patient will exhale. That comes to the breathing system, expiratory valve, and it is exhaled out. So we are having a monitoring alarm system and an operating display unit. You have to write this block diagram for the ventilator. Steps are there, how the flow takes place, inhalation phase, exhalation phase. Read that. Types of ventilation we are having: in-base and non-in-base. Heart lung machine. Write a short note on that. So it is a device that is used during the open heart surgeries to temporarily replace the function of the heart or the lungs. It maintains the blood circulation and oxygenated when heart is stopped. Commonly in the coronary artery bypass graft or in the valve repair or replacement surgeries. How it works is blood is diverted into the from the body to a machine. Machine oxygenates the blood. It removes the carbon dioxide and blood is pumped back. See, this is a machine. Okay. This is how the process occurs. What are the advantages? Here allows the complex heart surgeries can be done because the blood flow will be doing in the machine. It enables the heart to be temporarily stopped, improves the surgical precision and safety. Risks and or blood clots, like risks are blood clots, bleeding or infection, and there will be possible cognitive decline post surgery. Explain the key structure of the nephron and steps involved in the filtration. It's a very important topic. You have to know the complete mechanism. So this is our body where we are having two kidneys, ureter, and this is a urinary bladder, and this is a urethra. Each kidney, unfiltered blood enters, filtered blood comes out. Ureter, this is urine exits to the bladder. Each of the nephron, there are many nephrons which are actually the main functional unit of the kidney. So this is the structure of a nephron. This is a Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, then glomerulus, then this is proximal tubule, then this is loop of Henle, thin descending limb, thin ascending limb, thick ascending limb, and this is DCT, that is distal convoluted tubule, connecting the connecting tubule, and this is connecting. I'll explain that. Bowman's capsule, it's a cup-like structure that surrounds the glomerulus, site of initial filtration of the blood. Glomerulus, it's a capillary network that filters the plasma based on the size and pressure. PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, it reabsorbs the glucose, amino acids, water, and ions back into the blood. Loop of Henle, it creates a concentration gradient in the medulla. It helps in the water and salt reabsorption. TCT, it regulates the ion exchange and pH balance. Responds to the hormones like aldosterone. Then collecting that, it collects the urine from the multiple nephrons. Final water reabsorption regulated by the ADH. What are the steps? We are having four main steps. First is filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and finally excretion. So filtration in the glomerulus, blood enters the glomerulus under high pressure. Water, urea, salts, glucose are filtered. Then large molecules like proteins and blood cells remain in the blood. In the reabsorption, we remove the glucose and ions are reabsorbed. Water is also reabsorbed. TCT, here reactive removal of the waste like hydrogen or potassium and drugs into the nephron. Then excretion occurs where the final urine is passed into the renal pelvis, then to ureter and the bladder. The nephron, it's a functional unit of the kidney that performs the filtration, reabsorption, secretion, and excretion during the flow, and it maintains the fluid and electrolyte balance. Next question is, explain the chronic kidney disease. So this is a long-term condition where the kidney lose their ability to filter the waste and excess fluids from the blood, leading to the buildup of the toxins. What are the complications has this CKD disease? It progresses. It can cause what high blood pressure, anemia, then weak bones, nutritional deficiencies, nerve damage. What are the symptoms? So often no early symptoms, but it is detected via blood test and urine test. So diagnosis, blood test for the cause it to the calculate the GFR, then urine test for the protein levels. Treatment, there is no complete cure, but we can control the symptoms and slow the disease progression, prevent the complications. In the severe cases, you have to go with the dialysis or the kidney transplant may be required. Now, what do you mean by dialysis? You have to write a short note and elaborate on the artificial kidney. Dialysis is a medical procedure where we remove the waste, toxins, and excess fluid from the blood when the kidney fails to function properly. Need for dialysis is when kidney cannot filter blood, as in the chronic kidney failure. This helps to maintain the fluid, electrolyte, and the waste balance in our body. So types, there are many types. One is hemodialysis, where we call it as an artificial kidney. Blood is removed, filtered in the dialysis machine, and then it is returned back to the body. In the peritoneal dialysis, here the dialysis fluid is pumped into the abdominal cavity to absorb the waste via a peritoneum. So we will explain the artificial kidney. It is a medical device used to perform the function of the natural kidney when they fail. Primarily used in the hemodialysis, it's a process that removes the waste, toxins, and excess fluid from the body. Function of the natural kidney is it filters blood to remove urea, serotonin, and toxin, maintains the electrolyte and the water balance, regulates the blood pressure and pH. What do your artificial kidney do? Working like this is a hemodialysis, blood from our body gets in. This is hollow fiber. This is a used dialysis, blood will come out. We will provide the fresh dialysis here. Here the waste comes out. Blood withdrawal, dialysis machine, diffusion and filtration, clean blood return. This is the process, how it occurs. We are having a semi-permeable membrane which actually helps in the removing the toxic from the blood. Okay, we use a dialysate fluid. Types of artificial kidneys, we are having hemodialysis machine, external, large, hospital based. We are having wearable artificial kidney, then implantable bioartificial kidney. Some of the important points which you can add to enhance your answers are this. So that was all about this session. So go through the module 1, module 2, module 3, part 1, that is updated in the description box. You'll be having the link. Go through all this and stay prepared. Go through everything and learn properly. Focus on the diagrams, focus on the important points, and learn properly and do well in your exams. Stay tuned, stay updated for the further modules. Thank you.